supposed to be shooting today, but I think the location fell through, and we didn't have a lot of talent that was coordinated, so we could cancel it. So it's a post day today. Although here's the adventure. Long story short, over the weekend I put a bunch of junk that was by my house into the back of the truck because we supposedly had neighborhood cleanup. There's these big dumpsters at the park, and just as Scooter and myself were pulling up to dump this stuff, they were taking them away. So now I got a full truckload of garbage hanging out the back. Long story short is I gotta figure out how to dump this stuff. Either have to wait till I make it to the dump at the end of the day, or we'll see. There is a dumpster in my office, although I don't like using it because it's really for the auto shop next door. Although the landlord said we could use it, but I don't know what that means. I don't know if I can dump, because I got like tires and boxes and all sorts of stuff. Although they throw away cars, so that shouldn't be a big deal, right? All that crap. Could maybe, no, look how full that is. That's pretty full. Spent the whole day editing. Now, offloading all the crap. Got the tires down, the big old fence posts out. Now we're getting rid of the regular stuff. Booyah. And empty. Done. Oh, that's I had an idea. It just was my run, but I had an idea. Okay, so here's the story. So I keep wanting to talk about these, but there was a couple things I wanted to figure out beforehand, which I did not figure out, but I'm gonna talk about them anyway. These are instacrates. I'm sure you can find them other places, but I found them at Costco, and these are great. I ended up buying, I have like 30 of these now because I use them in the garage. They are, well, let me just show you. So here's how they start. There's how they finish. So now you have a crate. And just from eyeballing, they feel and they look about the same size as the standard milk crate. So far they fit on my shelves like a standard milk crate. I have not put them on the truck yet to see if they are exactly the same size, which most things on carts and trucks are kind of sized for the standard milk crate size. Now, they're not quite as tough as the regular milk crates. I don't think I have one out here right now, which have that hex design, super hard plastic. These are a little more flimsy, but I mean, I wouldn't want to stand on it. But you know, for most things though, carrying stuff around, these are awesome. I've fallen in love with these. I'm probably gonna buy more once I run out of places to put them. So I had an idea. The whole point I'm talking about this is sound. So I don't run sound all the time myself. Whenever I can, I bring a sound guy on, because then you have somebody else who's an expert doing their thing, making it sound perfect. But sometimes there is a need to do sound myself. So we'll do interviews, something like that, or a sound guy will come in and use my gear, depending on the budget of the project, whatever it is. So the last couple of days I've been carrying around my sound gear in one of these just for convenience sake. And I thought, you know what? The last shoot I was on, I have a couple bags I put sound in, and I keep kind of switching it from bag to bag, trying to figure out the best solution. And now I have the Zoom 8 mixer, which I need to talk about, which I've been really enjoying. I've got 3 or 2 of the Rode wireless lavs. I have 3 of the good old G2 Sennheiser wireless lavs, a couple shotguns, etc., etc. So I've started to kind of gather quite a sound kit, and that's including headphones, cables. Let's see, Dead Man. This thing's awesome. Put on a C-stand, you know, just there and figure out how to hold the boom pole. Anyway, all this stuff you got to carry around somehow, someplace. And I've kind of been working on the whole cart thing. I have the LED cart, got the camera cart. I'm thinking about, you know, I want to have some kind of a sound cart. I saw a guy, I've seen a couple of these actually. They kind of put their sound cart together on a dolly where they kind of can stand and mix at the same time, which I like. Also, sound doesn't take quite as much space, so dedicating a whole huge cart or something like that. There's a smaller utility cart at Harbor Freight, which I've been thinking about, but A, it was still $100 or so, and B, it it's another cart, and I could put it in the truck, but then it's a little bit big for sound. I guess you throw a couple other things on it. But anyway, here's the whole point of what I'm doing today. I had this idea to put a couple of crates on this little hand dolly, and here we go. So I don't know if you've seen these before. So these guys are just little hand dollies. These are at Costco too for like 20 bucks, I think. And they collapse down, they fold up. Guys use them for their sedans, even the airport I've seen them. And then you can telescope them up, throw a couple crates on it, and you're good to go. And you know, I had this in the truck for a long time, just kind of to carry random small things, but we never really used it because everything was small enough, fit on one of the other carts. Everything was too big enough. It was kind of too small for. So you know, let's repurpose it a little bit. So I thought about, okay, these crates are perfect. And what I did was, on the bottom, I basically just zip tied it. That's the first thing I did. And I might come and revisit that, throw some screws into this a little bit later on, but right now it's fine zip tied. So I just permanently folded it out, zip tied the bottom crate to it. And inside of there will be some power cables, some mic cables. I'll have to get some more mic cables, batteries, things of that nature you're just going to have in your sound kit, adapters and such. And that sucker's just permanently fastened to the bottom. Then I threw another one on top, obviously, and just did that with a couple of this conduit. I love this conduit because it's so cheap and it's really great. And let's see, where else do I have? I don't have them around here. So I use a lot. I have a couple of bags of these guys in my toolkit, just on the trailer. These are self-tapping screws. These are great because they can go right into metal. They go through plastic really well, and they just kind of make themselves a hole. They cinch up the metal so it's nice and tight. So now I just kind of put two of these guys, one on the front here, one on the side, to hold this conduit in. It goes all the way to the bottom, and it goes up here. And this, I guess if I was smart, I would have put a hole and gone all the way up, but I didn't have enough conduit just sitting around. Actually, I probably do. I have them up there, but I was just didn't. So then I terminated it right here and put a little tacked a screw in there to the lip. So that holds it via the top for pushing down. Also, it's not going anywhere. I also put a couple of screws in the back. It goes right into the aluminum of the hand dolly, hand truck. This sucker doesn't telescope anymore. But here's the creme de la creme, you could say, to a certain extent. A home for the boom poles, finally. Look at that. So I can fit my big carbon fiber boom pole and my little mini aluminum or steel, whatever that sucker is, boom pole. And now everything is just right there. And technically, you could put that in a sedan. You could take the top, the case out, lay it back on some seats. I don't think the bottom would fall out too bad. And then you could get out where you need to go, pull it out. But this will fit perfectly in the truck, right between the camera cart and the director's cart. So look, crates waiting to be made into stuff and or used for storage. So quite excited for this to try it out. I don't think I'm doing sound for a couple days though, so we'll see though. Anyway, cart number 2. Life easier. Everything I do, I'm trying to make my life easier, faster, quicker, more efficient on set, because the less time you spend screwing around with stuff or waiting for stuff or whatever, the more efficient you can be, the more you can get done, the more you get paid, and the more you can spend time with your family, which I'm always going for. So it's not pretty. If this format seems to work, I'll pretty it up, maybe put some stickers on it, you know, and paint this sucker, make it a little more permanent than that. And yeah. That's the other thing too, is whenever you're on set, if you're not the sound guy, you don't really have a home for the boom poles. And when you're doing other stuff, you don't want to have the boom on the C-stand. People running into it, it's way high in the air. You're always like leaning against something in the corner. So this is perfect. You have a sound cart. When you're done with the shot, you go and drop your boom pole back down. Mic is safe, good to go. All right, now I'm going to start my edit, now that it's like 11 o'clock. So see you guys tomorrow.